Welcome back, everybody, to the Daily Show where we discuss and do technical analysis for big mega cap stocks. So show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and that means a lot to me. Now, if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, my analysis in 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Microsoft, it's up 0.16%, and Microsoft, this was a fantastic trade today. I got calls here on Microsoft at 370, 375, and they were only $1.35 a piece. And guess what? They got up to $2 almost before closing. So this was a nice setup, and now it's trading back up to 373.26 and holding right here. If you look at my screen, 371.39, 5-day moving average as a support into closing. So here on Microsoft tomorrow, right here, this is going to be a support to watch, 371.39, 366, and below that, watch out for a dump off down to 50-day moving average, 357.48, and then this gap, 357.54, all the way down to 355. Above 375, you're going to see this thing going back up all the way up to 380. On Amazon, stock is down 0.18%. Now, let me talk about Amazon here. Now, people that are subscribed to my channel, or whoever is watching for last maybe 2-3 weeks at least in minimum, you know that I've been talking about this pattern here, that Bollinger Bands are squeezing right here on Amazon, and you're about to see a massive explosion. And if this thing breaks out above 150, you're going to see a big breakout to the upside. And also, if this thing breaks down below 146, then watch out for a move to the downside. And guess what? This thing delivered yesterday and today, guys. We got that massive breakout yesterday above 150, and since then, this thing took off. The next resistance, 155, and we got up there today, 155.12, and now trading just below 155. So here on Amazon, we already got that massive breakout to the upside, and now we do have support. And this Bollinger Band on top will act as a support going into tomorrow right here, 152.67, and this will slowly rise even higher. And if this thing actually gets that breakout above 155, then watch out, 158 to 162 possible here on Amazon, and possibly hitting a fresh new all-time high. Now to the downside, Amazon breaks below 150. This is going to be a critical level right here, because after a big consolidation, Amazon finally broke out to the upside. So on a pullback, 150 will be a dip buy on Amazon, but I would not hold anything overnight, given the fact that everything here in the market and the market itself, all the indices are extremely overbought. So 150, a day trade idea here on a pullback to buy the dip. And if you actually get this dip, and if there is a pullback, make sure you put a stop loss right here, 15 to 20%. Below 150, watch out for 147.48, and then strong support 146. And until this thing breaks below 146, you're not going to see any significant downside. On AMD, it's up 0.90%, and I was actually eyeing to play AMD today this morning, buying that dip here at 138, and I wish I did. I actually ended up playing Nvda, and that thing paid, but this one, that was a nice setup also. 138, that is a magnetic support right here on AMD, and so far again today was holding. And then look at the move, guys, all the way up to 143.47, getting up to upper Bollinger Band almost today. So going into tomorrow, now 138, that is a key level to watch on AMD, and below that, watch out for a breakdown, possibly down to 13-day moving average right here, 130.68, and then 127.63, 20-day moving average, and then 125. Now AMD can hold 138. This thing easily can go all the way up to 148, or at least that is going to be the next price target on AMD to the upside above 138. On Meta, it's up 1.67%, and this rally to the upside, soon as we got that breakout above 343, look at this, another, $8 to the upside, We're actually $10 here in this case, all the way up to 353.60. And we do have strong resistance right here at 355, and just above that we got a gap here on Meta around 361. So all-time highs again on the card, and this thing broke out above 343. I mean, there was no pullback here on Meta since last year. This thing was down to $88. Since then, yes, these are pullbacks right here, but this is not a significant pullback, a correction. This was just a pullback within this nice bull trend to the upside. So Meta here, it's due for a move all the way up to fresh new all-time highs, just like everything else. Now it's getting far too outside the Bollinger Band right here on top. So we saw that pullback today, getting down to 350, and now it's trading above 350, holding upper Bollinger Band right here as a support. Now on a retest, this is gonna be a big support now, 343. If that happens right here, that's gonna be a dip buying opportunity. And below 343, watch out for 339.56 and then 332.35, 20-day moving average right here on Meta. To the upside, as long as this thing can hold above 350, the next stop 355 and then 361 to close that gap on top. On Netflix, going up again 1.83%, and this is another one that I called out. Soon as you see Netflix breaking above 485, guess what? You're going to see 500, and it's not too far off right here. 496.14 today, and this morning, guys, trust me, I was eyeing to get calls right here. This thing came down to 484. I thought maybe, if this thing would come down right here to 5-day moving average, that would be a better opportunity, but that was it. Support was holding after the breakout, and this thing took off. That is a $11 to $12 move to the upside from 484. This thing exploded all the way up to 496.14, and now again trading at 495. So on a pullback, you want to watch 485 strong support, and above 485, the next stop 500 on Netflix, and below 485, then watch out for this support down here 480, and then this gap 473. On Nvidia, stock is down 0.94%, and this one I caught this move today in the morning, trading live in my Discord right here. Bought some calls 500, and this thing definitely paid. Now a lot of you guys panic. Soon as you buy it, you panic that let's take it, let's get out. You can always leave some runners to run, and those are going to bring you money all the time as long as you have a stop here on anything you buy here in this market. And this one here definitely paid today, because this one and Microsoft I got, and these two were actually a really good money making trade today on Nvidia and Microsoft. And why here? If you look at my screen, I was eyeing pre-market to get in here on Nvidia and AMD, but this one was right there, 490. That is a big level. And actually, when the market opened, it was down to 489-ish right here. So support was holding. I bought the dip right here, right off of this rising 5-day moving average, and this thing paid. I mean, got up to 496. What more you can ask for, on a day like today, when things are just getting really overbought? We got a dip, we bought the dip, we made money, and that was it. And all these trade ideas, swing trade ideas. And if you want to support the channel, guys, definitely check out the Patreon, and it's actually worth every penny. And if you go for annual membership, you get 1 month free and 10% off soon as you join. Now here on Nvidia, the next stop, definitely that previous all-time high, 505.48. So that's going to be a resistance to watch. We already got rejected once here. And on a pullback, 490, big support, 482, and below 482, we can talk about more dump off here on Nvidia. But as of right now, it's not down here. So watch out, Nvidia. We could be making a fresh new all-time high. Or if this thing actually comes back down and breaks below 490, then watch out for 482. On Apple, stock is up 0.5%, and we actually caught this dip yesterday on Apple, and this thing paid. And I also shared that play on my X account. So if you guys are on X, you can check out that play on X account. And if you're on there, you can also give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things on X, and that link will be down below in the description as well. So here on Apple, we still have this gap on top, 197, really close to it today, 196.95. And this thing moved from 194 and some change, got up to 197 today almost. Going into tomorrow, if this thing breaks out above this previous high right here, 198, you're going to see 200 and possibly even 205 on Apple. On a pullback, you want to watch, definitely right here, 194.67, 193.11, rising 20-day moving average, and then this gap, 190. On Tesla stock, it's up 2%, and this was a massive breakout. Now, on this dip, I actually bought 350 shares and still holding 150 shares on Tesla, and this thing going up, and those are up massively right now. But my target here on Tesla would be right up here around 290, and this is not the only time I did it. Even on that big dip right here, we actually got some 500 calls on Tesla, or actually it was 400. It was about a year ago, guys. So, it's really hard to remember what I did about a year ago. It was 400 calls, 2025 expiration, and those actually got up to 500%. We took profit right here on top, and now I got some shares, and you can see I also called it out that a massive breakout is coming. Soon as we get that breakout above this trend line and also above 252. So if you're actually trading Tesla here, you can see yesterday you had a chance to buy the dip right here. That was a $6 to $7 move to the upside from here. And same thing today. We opened at 253.48 and this thing got up to 258.34. All you have to do, put a stop loss and you can play this right here. Now, this thing on a big move to the upside. Yes, we got this gap down here, and we have seen Tesla fake breakout so many times before. So watch out now if this thing does not come back down below this trend line right here, and that is around 246, 247. It's all good. You're going to see Tesla going up to 262, 278, and then this gap on top just under 290, which is my target. Now below 252, watch out for the support down here, 250, rising 5-day moving average, and then 246 to 247, and then we also have support around 240 to 34 down to this gap just under 241. On Google stock, it's up 0.66%. Now, if you're watching my videos for last maybe 10 days, I said it in my video that watch out if Google actually breaks above 135 and that becomes a support, watch out for a breakout to the upside and Google will close the gap just above 135 and the next stop 140, and today almost 139. So if you actually caught this move on a breakout, you still made money on Google stock. So for tomorrow, 140 will be a resistance to watch, and on a pullback you want to watch down here between 135.57 to 135. That is going to be a strong support on Google, and below that we could be coming back down to 133 and then 130 all the way down to this gap 127.74. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.